Hello. Is hidden inflammation making you sick? Does it give you any aches, pain? Do you gain weight? Hi, this is Dr. Christina Sheptuk, and I am continuing my teachings this week about inflammation today. So what is inflammation anyway, and why does it make us sick? Well, inflammation can be a good thing, right? It's part of our natural response system. It's natural and it's necessary for healing, for preventing illness. It's part of our own defense mechanism. So if we, for example, have a cold, infection, if we have a cut or a bruise, the inflammation is our body's security system that's going to come for our rescue. It's going to be our healthy response to that problem. And inflammation can be a bad thing when it does go out of control, out of hand. And we call that chronic inflammation. It can become dangerous because it can trigger other conditions like Alzheimer's, like cancer, stroke. And at that point, when your body is constantly looking for that rescue, for that defense system to come, they're more likely are going to be exhausted. And then it's going to become like that little boy in the story crying wolf. The defense mechanism is too exhausted to come and they just stop showing up. So what makes the inflammation get out of control? Most of the time it's our own choices, our food choices like processed sugar, fats, food allergens, so specifically trans fats, I should say, lack of exercise, maybe stress, hidden infections. All of these things promote inflammation. And how would you say we can get rid of inflammation? So we can detox from inflammatory foods. So if you were to, let's say, try to get rid of inflammatory foods for 1 week, you would be amazed by the difference of how you feel. Things like sugar, processed foods, caffeine, alcohol, gluten, and even dairy. All of these things can cause inflammation. But what is interesting is that there's also these hidden food sensitivities or hidden food allergies. And these are not the ones that give you immediate reaction, like for example, peanut allergy or shellfish allergy, where you may get a severe allergy or reaction and have to go to an emergency room because you have trouble breathing and tongue swelling. These hidden food sensitivities are the ones that come from delayed reaction to the things that we're eating on a daily basis, more or less. And most of the time we feel okay because we don't feel that problem right away. We may be getting bloating, we may be getting headaches, brain fog, or eczema, acne, which we might not always associate that with food, but those could be the reasons. And basically this could be like an unrecognized epidemic, which is often overlooked because it's not an immediate reaction. And with functional medicine tests like food sensitivity tests, we can understand more what our body might not like. When I did my food sensitivity test, it showed that I should avoid sugar, specifically the group of sugars I should avoid, and I do. But if I have a little piece of cake or maybe store-bought ice cream, I can definitely feel the difference. I feel the bloating, I have headaches, and I really like ELISA ACT food sensitivity test because it's top-notch and it gives you results for moderate reactions, for strong reactions, and which food groups to avoid. So for me it would be sugar, and they give you a card like this, laminated, so you have it all the time with you. And the data actually shows that 24 million Americans they suffer from autoimmune disease, and these numbers are going up. This is huge, and what I believe that we need to understand first is that the food that we eat is not just energy, but it's also information. It's a resource for our body. So we need to understand that we need to be feeding our body with good food, good information. Like for example, information from phytonutrients, which are the things that are found in colorful plants loaded with antioxidants, helping actually to detoxify our body. So berries, for example. We can also be getting bad information from allergens or toxins, which can eventually become bad and result in a leaky gut. And what that basically means is that the things that should be staying outside of our immune system, it leaks into our body and is exposed to our immune system. And some of these causes for this leaky gut or leaky gutter can be a bad diet, which a lot of times is low fiber, too much sugar, antibiotic use, killing all the healthy bacteria, yeast overgrowth, stress, trauma, lack of sleep. All these things can accumulate and add on to that leaky gut. And as a side note, fiber is super critical nutrient that can help clean out our colon and provide food as a prebiotic for good bacteria to feed off. And if we look at the numbers for Americans, we are eating much less than the recommended amount of fiber per day. So basically all that stool food that should be protected from your immune system starts to leak in and is exposed to our immune system, which we now know happens in the gut. Most of our immune system happens, about 60% of it happens in the gut. And when that happens, the immune system starts attacking these foreign molecules, which is basically the food that we ate but has not properly digested. And that's being exposed to your immune system. So if today you went on vacation from toxins, from allergens, and focus on eating whole foods, you could feel much lighter, have more energy, less fatigue. You would not stop doing this because you would feel amazing. You would feel great. And I want to say that personally, I have tried a reset like that for 21 days. I tried it. I also tried it with my mom, with my husband, and after doing that, they told me personally that they felt amazing. They had no bloating, more energy. They felt lighter, and overall, no pains or aches. And the only thing that they did was just get rid of the inflammatory foods for 21 days. So some of my favorite inflammatory foods are raw cacao, which is it's actually called the food of gods by ancient Aztecs. So I love that. Turmeric, they call it vegetarian's best friend. Leafy greens, maca, another great food that can boost your energy. Acai berry, or berries in general, ginger. All of these I include in my kitchen all the time and use it one way or another. But what can you do to feel great again today? So first of all, again, talk to your doctor if it's okay to do any sort of reset. Second, I would say to always ask yourself why you're doing this, because you want to make sure you're sticking to your program and staying motivated. Also, cleaning out your kitchen from any bad stuff like processed foods, any processed sugar. So before you start, you need to prepare. If you're eating out a lot, like in the restaurants, try to go for quality restaurants versus fast chains. Change what you buy, change where you shop, change the influence around you. Start basically making healthy habits. And DM me for a shopping list. I can help you with that. Creating new habits does take a lot of energy, but even if you improve by 1%, it can be huge over time. Remember to make friends with leftovers. I love leftovers, so cook once and just use it multiple times or eat it multiple times. If you slip up and fall, it's okay. Things happen, life happens, so just make sure you're progressing and changing that trajectory to nourish your body so that you can get the life that you want. So that's kind of all for today. As always, I appreciate your time. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you have a great evening. DM me for any other questions. Bye.